I look different today, but I am Rabbi Leah Berkowitz, and here's our wonderful Purimshpiel cast. Our accompanist, Corey Newman, one of our composers, and our favorite Haman, Fran Serkin, is here, and our friends from Play by Play Productions are helping us bring this to you in your home if you're watching us at home. Hi, Chag Sameach. We're going to sing a little warm-up song on your song sheet. Rebecca sends her regrets, but she's taking care of things at home. So we miss her. We wish her Chag Sameach if she's watching online, and we're going to have to sing extra loud to help me out, because I am not Rebecca. So we're going to do Chag Purim. Chag Purim, Chag Purim, Chag Gadol LaYehudim, Masechot Rashanim, Zmirot Rikudim. Get ready to shake your grogger. Havanarisha, rash, rash, rash. Havanarisha, rash, rash, rash. Havanarisha, rash, rash, rash. Barashanim. Purim day, it's a happy holiday. We make noise with our toys, sing and dance and play. Let's hear the groggers, rush, rush, rush. Let's hear the groggers, rush, rush, rush. Let's hear the groggers, rush, rush, rush. When they say, Amen. Well, we are here to celebrate a very silly holiday, but it's still a holiday, and it still is something that matters to us. So I'm just going to do a little bit of background before we get into the genuine silliness. Purim is a holiday where we celebrate the courage and bravery of our people when they are being persecuted, and that's something when they have enemies, or when I say to my niece and nephew, when there are big bullies, we learn to persevere and be brave and strong and clever. So it's always good every year to come and get together and be silly, because laughing about it is one of the ways that we show that we have survived. There are 4 mitzvot of Purim, 4 commandments. One of them you're doing right now is that you hear the Megillah. So we are going to be reading some from the actual scroll of Esther, some from an English translation. So you're going to be hearing the Megillah, hearing the story of bravery and courage, and also a lot of silliness and drunkenness. The other mitzvot are Mishteh, which is feasting. So we will have afterwards, we will have some hamantashen. We have Mishloach Manot, which is bringing presents to your friends. So tomorrow is a good time to bring over a gift basket to somebody you care about. And also Matanot LeEvyonim, to give gifts to the poor. So this is actually, we think Hanukkah is our major gift-giving holiday. This is our major gift-giving holiday. So this is a good time to give to tzedakah, and it's a good time to give to people you love. Let's go through, so we're about to get to our shpiel, which our songs from our shpiel will be interspersed throughout our reading of the Megillah. We have some wonderful readers here, and you have some important jobs to do. Now, some places, they only have sound effects for Haman, so let's hear what happens when we say, Haman! And then we're going to have to practice also stopping doing that. Okay, and then we also have, for each of our characters, they get a special phrase, which they have written on a card. So if you say, Esther. Go Esther. Go Esther. Excellent. If you hear Mordechai. Hi, Mordechai. If you hear Vashti, which is me, you tell him Vashti. Okay? And this is one of my favorites. If you hear the king, or King Ahasuerus, he's sort of meh. And then one more time, what happens when we say, Haman? Excellent. All right.
Except when we're singing.
Oh, yes, that is a very important thing. During the songs, we don't make the sound effects because it distracts our singers. And I am losing my crown already. This is happening too early. It's supposed to happen in like 10 minutes. Okay, so we're only during the reading, not during the singing. And if somebody tells you to stop, please stop, because, again, we want people to be able to hear the reading. Okay, so because this is, again, we're going to do something really silly, but it is a Jewish tradition, so we're going to say a blessing over it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mikra Megillah. We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who made us holy by your mitzvot and commands us to read the Megillah, the story of Esther. Now this one we all know is Shechianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shechianu v'kiyavanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. And this one you might know from Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavotenu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. We praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who made miracles for our ancestors in those days. And we praise you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has kept us alive and well so that we can celebrate this special time year after year. All right, is everybody ready? Yeah. All right, shake your garter and tell me you're ready. Woo! And now stop. Oh, very good, very good. Oh, welcome. We've got some hot box ladies coming in the back. Wonderful. All right. So now we are going to call up our cast to do our opening number, which is on the second page of your packet, which says page 1.
It's on the shelf.
Okay.
For this year's Purimshpiel, and a cast that's got some great appeal. The king, I'm Persia's most powerful king. Throwing huge parties is my thing. The king.
My name is Queen Vashti. Things don't go well, you see, when the king tries to dishonor me. Won't dance. This queen says she will not dance. On this I must take a stance. Won't dance.
My name is Mordecai, and I'm a real nice guy, but to Haman's rule I won't comply. I pray, if Haman won't get his way, if Haman would get his way, the Jews will pay.
Hadassah is my name, my beauty wanna claim, but to save the Jews is my claim to fame. This is my cue to tell him that I'm a Jew. But if I tell him I'm a Jew, I might be through.
I'm the king's right-hand man. Of Jews I'm not a fan. And for Mordecai I've got a plan. Big threat. Defying me you will regret. Bow down or certain death you'll get. Big threat.
Queen Vashti.
Mordecai.
Our story has begun.
King Ahasuerus of Persia ruled over 127 provinces, from India to Ethiopia. In the 3rd year of his reign, he gave a sumptuous banquet for all his nobles and high officials. It lasted for 180 days. Afterwards, the king held a week-long feast for all the people who lived in Shushan. Ahasuerus displayed the glorious riches of his kingdom and served an unlimited amount of royal wine. At the same time, his queen, Vashti, gave a banquet for the women of the palace. On the 7th day of drinking and merrymaking, Ahasuerus ordered Queen Vashti to appear so that his nobles might admire her beauty. But Vashti refused. Ahasuerus was furious. He asked his advisors, what should be done to Vashti?
You tell him, Vashti.
For not obeying his command and humiliating him before his subjects. His advisor, Memuchan, suggested that Vashti, be banished from the throne. This action would restore the king's honor and would be a warning to the other wives in the kingdom. And so it happened.
You started to drink on the first day of spring, and now it's the last day of fall. I have dressed in a necklace, a dress, and my crown to attend your soiree, I recall. But when you sent my invitation, you said to remove it all, and I screamed as I ran from the hall. Put down your drink, don't touch my pearls. I am the queen, I'm not just one of your girls. I'm screaming, take back the crown, hand me my hat. I've had enough, that's all I'll say about that. There was the time you were the light of my life. I thought we were quite a team. But when I think of what you want in a wife, it all seems a horrible dream. Take back this crown. Don't make a fuss. And don't send your advisors what's left to discuss.
When his anger subsided, Ahasuerus thought about what he had done and found out that he missed Vashti.
You tell him, Vashti.
His advisors spoke out. Let us organize a beauty contest among the maidens of the kingdom to choose a new queen. The king was pleased with this idea and agreed at once to the plan. There was a Jew in Shushan named Mordecai, who was an official in the king's court. His cousin, whom he adopted, was among the beautiful maidens of Shushan, brought to the palace for the contest. Her name was Esther, which in Hebrew is Hadassah.
Queen Vashti has to go. There is no room for doubt. I cannot have a sassy and insolent queen running about. She should have danced for me, but she would not comply. And so before the evening was over, I had to say goodbye. But I cannot be lonely. A new queen I must boast. And so a beauty pageant I will host. Luck be a new queen tonight. Luck be a new queen tonight. Luck if your beauty is the fairest of all Shushan. Luck be a new queen tonight. Luck, let this royal king see which one my new queen will be. It doesn't matter who you are or where you came from. Luck be a new queen with me. My new queen will respect her husband. She will be kind. She will not stray. My new queen will know her place and she'll do as she's told. Her role is to serve and to obey. So let's start this pageant off right. Which one will be my delight? Bring the most lovely, charming, pretty, and appealing. Luck be a new queen, luck be a new queen, luck be a new queen tonight.
Before they appeared before the king, the contestants spent months being pampered with cosmetics and oils. Only Esther appeared without perfumes or fancy jewels. Nonetheless, she won the king's heart, and he crowned her Queen of Persia. As Mordecai had instructed her, Esther, bless you, Abby, did not reveal her background to Ahasuerus. Soon thereafter,
Oh, wait, let's pause.
that's right, sorry. My bad.
That's fine.
It says here, to all the unmarried females dwelling in our domain, we have an opportunity for you. Come to the royal palace, sample some fine champagne. The prettiest will be brought for the king's review. In other words, if a woman is willing to weather the royal scene, a poison could be chosen as queen. How could this be the face that'll take the queen's place when Vashti is gone? Wouldn't it matter to him if he learns I'm an orphan from Babylon? Could this little Jewish duckling grow to be Shushan's swan? A poison should be chosen as queen. It says here, if you're an unmarried female, here's what you can expect. Visiting Shushan's palace for a year, a whole year. Dress in the finest garments. Come forth to genuflect and see if your charms can bring our king's good cheer. In other words, if a woman is willing to curtsy and dance and sing, a poison might be sent to the king. I could bathe in expensive perfumes and essential oils, but I'd just be a Jew playing dress up in Queen Vashti's poils, hoping no one finds out there's a reason I'm not like the other girls. A poison should be sent to the king. And furthermore, if a Jewess is willing to hide who she really is, a missus might be made from a miss. Oh, I'm not one for the spotlight, dear cousin Mordecai. I'm so quiet and unassuming, I'm aloof and shy. Can't imagine that I'd be the apple of the royal eye. A poison who is also a Jew. A Jew? Now I'm telling you, this is bonkers, it's bananas, and I don't think you've thought it through. How can I be the new queen of Shushan? Is that what you want me to do? I'm poison, but I'm also a secret Jew.
Soon thereafter, Mordecai overheard two servants, Bigthan and Teresh, plotting to kill the king. He told Esther,
Go, Esther. Go, Esther.
who reported it to Ahasuerus. The criminals were punished, and the deed was recorded in the king's record book.
Sometime afterwards, the king promoted Haman the position of minister. All those in the palace court knelt and bowed before Haman. Except for Mordecai, who explained that he was a Jew. Angered by Mordecai's refusal, Haman plotted to destroy Mordecai, his family, and all the Jews in the kingdom. Haman cast lots to determine the day on which the Jews would die. That day turned out to be the 13th day of the month of Adar. Haman persuaded the king to go along with his evil plan by saying, "There's a certain people scattered throughout the provinces of the kingdom who have their own laws and customs. They're a threat to you." To further convince Ahasuerus, Haman offered to donate 10,000 silver coins to the royal treasury. The king believed Haman's lie. He issued a decree, sealed the royal stamp to kill the Jews, young and old, children and women, on the 13th day of Adar, and to keep all of their possessions.
Little set change.
I dreamed last night I was first in charge of Persia. The palace guards had a plot to kill the king, but there he stood and he hollered, "I will save him." And that Mordecai, he ruined everything. To the people I said, bow down, stop rocking the boat.
To the people he said, bow down, stop rocking the boat. He's the devil who'll drag you under by the braided rope of your sackcloth coat.
Bow down, bow down, bow down, bow down, bow down, stop rocking the boat. With vengeful rage, I approached Ahasuerus and told him how Mordecai had disobeyed. And there I stood, offering 10,000 talents to exterminate the Jews that I hate. To the people I said, beware, beware, I'm coming for you.
To the people he said, beware, especially if you're a Jew. He's the devil who'll drag you under with his evil ways and decrees he wrote.
Bow down, bow down, bow down, bow down, bow down, stop rocking the boat. And as I laughed, as I watched them build the gallows, the king declared that those gallows were for me. Oh no. I just got to shave. And there I stood, and I hollered, "Someone save me!" That's the moment I woke up, blessed be. And I said to the Jews, bow down, stop rocking the boat.
He said to the Jews, bow down, stop rocking the boat. The devil will drag you under with a soul so heavy it cannot float.
Bow down, bow down, bow down, bow down, bow down, stop rocking the boat.
In every province of the land, Jews could be found fasting, weeping, and wailing. Mordecai tore his clothes and put on sackcloth. Esther sent him a message asking about the cause of this great mourning. Mordecai sent back word of the king's decree and begged Esther to go to Ahasuerus and plead for sorry. I'm sorry, where was I? And plead for her people. But Esther was afraid. Everyone at court knows that it is forbidden to enter the king's presence without being summoned, she responded. I could be put to death if I appear before him. Mordecai replied, you are also a Jew. Do not assume that you alone will escape our terrible fate. If you keep silent, you will surely die. Perhaps you have become queen for just such a crisis. I think that was a song cue.
It is a song cue.
Sorry.
In Torah study through history, the lesson I have learned, you must not be complacent where our people are concerned. Of all the women in Shushan, the king has chosen you. Now you must save our people by admitting you're a Jew.
It really is a gamble. We've got no guarantee.
But wouldn't you rather try for you and I?
You and me.
Whatever. Why not?
Why not what?
Please tell the king today, scary though it may be.
Chances are he may say, how dare you challenge me?
Please tell the king today to save the Jews from sorrow. Please tell the king today so we can live tomorrow.
Have our people fast and pray for 3 days. But how to talk to him, I've got no clue.
Throw a big feast.
Invite Haman.
Bring a bottle.
Bring 2,
6.
9.
Oi!
I'll tell the king today. I'll save the Jews from sorrow. I'll tell the king today so we can live.
So we can live.
So we can live.
So we can live. So we can live tomorrow.
Esther
Go, Esther. Go, Esther.
agreed to risk her life for her people. Tell all the Jews of Persia to fast for me for 3 days. I too will fast. At the end of 3 days I shall go to the king. If I am to perish, I shall perish. So Mordecai, Mordecai, did as Esther, go Esther, commanded him. Let me get a... Then the rabbi reads the Megillah. Excuse me.
So this is the actual Megillah. This is where the story of Purim is written in Hebrew, if you want to see what that looks like. Okay, and we're just going to read a little section that is actually what Ray just read in English. We're going to hear that chanted in Hebrew, if I can find it on here. Okay. Excuse me. Vayavo hatach vayageh le'Esther et divrei Mordechai vatomer Esther lahatach vatzavehu el Mordechai kol avdei hamelech ve'am medinot hamelech yodim asher kol ish ve'isha asher yavo el hamelech el hachatzer hapnimit asher lo yikare achat dato lehamit levad me'asher yoshit lo hamelech et sharvit hazahav v'chaya ba'ani lo nikrati lavo el hamelech zeh 30 yom. Vayagidu leMordechai et divrei Esther. Vayomer Mordechai lehashiv el Esther. Al tedameh b'nafshech lihimalet beit hamelech mikol haYehudim ki im hacharesh tacharishi be'et hazot revach ve'hatzalah yamod laYehudim mimakom acher ve'atu beit avich tovedu umi yodea im le'et kazot higa'at lamalchut. Vatomer Esther lahashiv el Mordechai lech kenoset kol haYehudim hanimtzeim b'Shushan vatzumu alai el tochlu v'al tishtu shloshet yamim laila vayom gam ani v'na'aroti atzum kain uvechein avo el hamelech asher lo kadat v'kasher avati Vayavor Mordechai vayas kecho asher tzivta alav Esther.
On the third day, Esther
Go Esther, go Esther.
put on her royal robes and came before the king. As soon as Ahasuerus saw her, he held out his golden scepter and asked, "What troubled you, and what is your request? I am ready to grant you half of my kingdom." "If it pleases your majesty," Esther replied, "I would like to invite you and Haman to a feast that I have prepared." The king quickly accepted her invitation. At the feast, Ahasuerus again offered Esther whatever her heart desired. She only asked that he and Haman return for another party. Haman left feeling cheerful, but soon his mood was spoiled. Mordecai stood at the palace gate and once again did not rise to honor him. Haman confided to his wife Zeresh and his closest friends, "I cannot enjoy all the good fortune that has come to me because of Mordecai, the Jew. Let a gallows be put up," they suggested, "and ask the king to hang Mordecai on it. Then you can go happily to Esther's feast.
Go Esther,
And enjoy yourself." This idea pleased Haman. And he had the gallows built.
Threw it back. It was the whiskey. I hate Jews, a bushel and a peck, a bushel and a peck, and I'll make your lives a wreck. I'll make your lives a wreck with a gallows in the street, a gallows in the street, and my life will be complete without you, without you, without you. My heart is leaping to see the Jews all weeping, 'cause I hate Jews, a bushel and a peck. I'd like to bid you all adieu, adieu.
That night, King Ahasuerus could not sleep. To pass the time, he had his record book brought to him. He read of the time that Mordecai had saved his life by revealing the plot of Bigthan and Teresh. What honor did I give Mordecai?
Mordecai.
For this, he asked. Nothing has been done for him, his servants replied. Just then, Haman came to speak to the king about hanging Mordecai. But before Haman could present his evil plan, Ahasuerus asked him to suggest a way to honor someone who pleases the king. Thinking that the king meant to honor him, Haman proposed that the man be dressed in palace robes and given the finest royal horse. He would be led through the city square while somebody announces, "This is being done for a man who the king wishes to honor." "Quick, Ahasuerus," ordered Haman. "Do this for Mordecai." In disbelief, Haman did as the king commanded.
Follow Mordecai on the royal steed, the royal steed, royal steed. The king wants to honor him for his great deed. Follow, follow the steed. Follow Mordecai on the royal steed, royal steed, royal steed. You should honor him as the king decreed. Follow, follow the steed. Follow the steed. Royal steed, royal steed, royal steed. The king wants to honor him for his great deed. Follow, follow the king.
The king and the Haman came to the second feast. Again, Ahasuerus asked Esther
Go, Esther. Go, Esther.
what she desired. "I am ready to grant you half my kingdom," he stated. Esther
Go, Esther. Go, Esther.
pleaded, "Let my life be granted as well as my people's, for they are condemned to die by the hand of a great enemy." The king asked her to name the great enemy. "Your Majesty, it is none other than Haman." She answered, "It's the cue, song I'd never loved a Jew."
I've never asked a king before, please do a noble thing and save those you abhor. I've never really had the nerve to stand up for what's right, the life that we deserve. But it is time, I must be brave and strong, for Haman's plan is wrong, of that you can be sure. So please forgive me if you are aghast. I've never had to ask a king before.
I've never loved a Jew before, and now you are my queen forevermore. I've never let my queen suggest or tell me what to do. To this I should protest. But this is wine of which I've had too much. It It's softening my touch. Your plea I can't ignore. Because of you, the Jews will now be saved. My queen who is so brave, whom I adore.
Furious, the king ordered his servants to end Haman's life on the very gallows that Haman had built for Mordecai.
And so, on the 13th day of Adar,
Wait, you skipped one.
oh, that's,
That's okay.
sorry. The king gave Esther, Haman's estate, and Mordecai was put in a position of power. Esther begged the king to stop the edict to destroy the Jews on the 13th of Adar. How can I bear to see the disaster which will befall my people? She cried. The king explained that he could not revoke a royal decree, but he told Mordecai to issue a new decree. So Mordecai wrote in the name of the king that on the 13th of Adar, the Jews were permitted to fight back and destroy all who might attack them and could take their possessions. Couriers on horseback carried the news throughout the land. There was gladness and joy among the Jews.
Haman's through. He made our lives a wreck. He made our lives a wreck, and he treated us like wreck. He treated us like wreck till Ahasuerus made it right. Ahasuerus made it right. Now our future will be bright without you. Without me. Without you.
The drinks are sloshing, we're eating, humming, toshing.
You are through. You made our lives a wreck, and now we must bid you adieu. A doodle-doodle-doodle, doodle-doodle-doodle, a doodle-doodle-doo, adieu.
And so, on the 13th day of Adar, the Jews were victorious. Many Persians were slain in Shushan and in the provinces throughout the kingdom. Included were the 10 sons of Haman: Parshandatha, Dalphon, Aspatha, Poratha, Adalia, Aradatha, Parmashta, Arasai, Aradai, and Vezatha. Although permitted by the king's order, the Jews did not take any of their victims' possessions or property. Mordecai, and Esther, proclaimed that the Jews of Persia should observe the 14th and 15th days of Adar every year to remember how their mourning and grief have been turned to feasting and gladness. It would be an occasion for sending gifts to one another and giving charity to the poor. They agreed that these days of Purim would always be remembered among the Jews and their descendants. Ahasuerus appointed Mordecai to be second in command in all of Persia. Mordecai was highly regarded by the Jews, for he continually looked after their welfare.
because it's the popular thing to do. When you see one man standing up against hate, when there is no debate that only his death would become his fate. When you see a king and he does the right thing for his queen who just happens to be a Jew. Call us blessed, call us grateful, even when someone is so hateful. It's our faith and our courage that pulls us through. Call us blessed, call us grateful, even when someone is so hateful. It's our faith and our courage that pulls us through.
Everybody take a bow. Yay! Oh, aren't you sweet? We still have one more blessing to do. I actually don't want to interrupt the standing ovation. But we still have one more blessing to do, and then we can clap and eat hamantash and all we want. I want to very much thank Fran Sirkin, who wrote a lot of the Purimshpiel while I was away. To Corey Newman for learning yet another set of repertoire. To all of our actors and singers, dancers, and readers. And to all of you for coming, because we can't have a Purimshpiel without some grogger shaking and some yelling. All right. Not yet. Almost. And once again, we say a blessing for having reached this moment, because year after year we tell this story, which is a reminder that we have survived. All of these people that don't exist anymore, that tried to destroy us, we have survived. And every time we tell this story, and every time we do it as silly as we possibly can, we are laughing at those people. And we are saying we are still here and we have survived. And so we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, harav et rivenu, hadan et dinenu, hanokem et nikmatenu, hanifra lanu mitzareinu, Hamishalem gemul lechal oivei nafshenu. Oivei is the word for enemy, which I think is really funny. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai, hanifra le'amo Yisrael mikol tzarehem ha'el haMoshiach. We praise you, Adonai, ruler, our God, ruler of the universe, who upholds our cause, defends us, and brings punishment upon our enemies. We praise you, Adonai, protector of Israel, and we pray that soon there will be peace in the world and an end to hate. And let us say, Amen. And now, for our favorite part, we're going to say the motzi, so we can go have some hamantashen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Chag Sameach, everybody. Let's have another hand for our Purimshpielers. If you'd like something stronger than hamantashen, go see the king.
That's part of the fun.